We cut a lot of funding for unnecessary spending, and we also nationalized or privatized a number of different sectors. So we're going to start this episode off with there's still plenty of money that we need to cut. And we're going to go into taxation. And we're going to cut tax exonerations for real estate. That should give us $68 billion. Um, really don't like to do this, but this early into a series, but we're going to do a reform, and we're going to call this the North Korean Rescue Plan. And we are... that's interesting. So it's just the high bracket that pays taxes. Okay, so wealth tax, we're going to increase that to 5%. Actually, let's just make that 4. You can always go back, or 4.1. That's what we'll do. And real estate tax. So how much are we actually getting for that? Looks like about 10 million. Audio visual tax, we're only getting 825,000. So we'll go ahead and we'll get rid of that. So that'll boost purchasing power, and we'll reduce the airlines to 5.5%. We'll come back to Social Security. Company tax, we'll reduce that to 39%. That's still extremely high, but as our economy gets better, I'll be able to lower that down a little more. All right, company turnover, we're going to make that 3.4%. All right, we'll raise this to 25. Industrial pollution, if I get rid of that. So, leave that. Let's go into creation. Do a tax for 0.25%. Gambling, we'll do that as 0.3. Tax entering the territory, we'll make that Make that $10. We're not going to do a carbon tax. Alright, so we're going to reduce... You know what? I'll keep that as is. I'll come back to that another time later on. Alright, so we need energy. So we're going to stick to the fossil fuels, and we're going to build 10 in 4 months. Alright, the next thing we need to do is go to internet. And it's not going to let us subsidize because we have no workers in that field. So we're going to privatize that. And when that becomes available, we'll invest probably about between 5 and 10 million into that.
The decree takes effect as of today.
I wanted to congratulate you on your pro-life decision. It's just another reminder that abortion is the murder of an innocent and defenseless human being. By bravely putting yourself in the position that you did, I can assure you that the faithful will join me in supporting your decision.
Alright, let's go to housing. Alright, instead of reduced income tax, we're going to do a reduced rate loan. That'll bring us a little over $2 million to our economy.
Our infiltrated agent is on site.
Let's look at the population. Alright, so living below the poverty line, that's 30.5%. That's extremely high. What I'm gonna do is after the first quarter, I'll pass a housing bill and possibly a child welfare bill as well. Let's see. So if we do 20, $30. Alright, so let's go back. So if we do 20, $30, and with the extra one, we'll make that $50. So that's 1.4 billion we would be spending. So that's another one we'll wait until after the first quarter. And the housing if we... So that's 80 cents. So if we went from 80 cents to $50, that would be 9.1 million. So what if we do 75, and that's 13 million? So we'll wait and see.
The decree takes effect as of today.
After privatizing this sector, it will be hard to say right away whether we will come out on top financially. Selling our shares was definitely a success and will provide money up front, but on the other hand, this was a very dynamic sector that let us bring in some...
Okay, illegal employment's been reduced by 65%. Alright, so our unemployment rate has dropped, so that's good.
I would like you to turn your attention.
Alright, so we're in a bit of a rut with finances and our approval rating. Alright, apples. Yeah. Apples we could probably use a little more. So let's invest 2 million to that. Let's go back to water networks. So that'll be 100 million into our economy. All right, fishing. We're investing 3 million in that. All right, so we don't have oranges at all. Can we? Nope. So how much would it be to hire 500 workers? So let's try 250. And let's try 500 workers. All right, let's go to industry. All right, so aluminum. All right, we have no workers for that too. And that's going to be a little too expensive for our economy, so are we better off privatizing? Yeah, go ahead and privatize that, and then we'll come back and...
My services have reported a remarkable reduction in the number of stamps sold with your image on. The funny detail is that people seem to prefer more expensive stamps.
Alright, so oranges are up and running now. And we have 2 workers, so
The decree
just have
takes
to wait a
effect as
little
of
bit.
today.
I would like to draw your attention to our social media surveillance service. We need more resources because it is mostly there that modern plagues and threats to our institutions, such as conspiracy theories and terrorist influences, are created.
Alright, let's go to Secret Service. Alright, let's place him under surveillance. Alright, we'll put our top agent in South Korea.
The decree takes effect as of today. The decree takes effect as of today.
Okay. Alright, let's go to transportation. And we can definitely improve the road conditions. So let's just do a little at a time. So we'll spend 384,000 on that. Housing. Wow, we can't do anything with housing. Let's look at inflation. Alright, so alright, I'm not gonna do anything with that. Let's go to justice. Actually, you know what? Let's go to immigration. And we're gonna fight against legal immigration. No, actually, let's change our quota. So we'll change that to 74. We'll do a mass deportation.
Decrees relating to this reform are effective starting today.
Alright, so the North Korean rescue plan went into effect. Alright, let's check our debt. Alright, so we have a quarterly surplus of 12.3 billion.
The decree takes effect as of today.
After privatizing this sector, it will be hard to say right away whether we...
Alright, so let's go to water networks. Alright, so we're already investing 3 million. Let's bump that up another million. Still can't do anything with housing. Let's go to farming. Let's to lumber. We'll invest. Actually, are we better off just hiring? So how much would it cost us for 5,000 more workers? That's not bad at all. Let's check energy real quick. So we're still breaking even with electricity, but I know that's not going to last for long. Alright, so let's go to media. And so for 4G, let's try to improve the capitals. So, okay, so alright, so let's go up by 2%. That'll cost us about $23 million.
The decree takes effect as of today.
Alright, so let's check our growth. We're at 8.34%. And inflation, yeah, that's starting to get out of control. So let's go with 225. Try to slow that down some. Let's check police. So crime rate is starting to go down. Not significantly, but it's going down. Equal employment is on the decline, so that's good. And we'll go ahead and patent that. Use every dollar that we can get. Alright. Alright, so we need more materials and equipment for education. So we'll max that funding out. It's going to cost us $3.9 million.
The decree takes effect as of today.
Alright, let's check our debt. We have a surplus of 10.1 billion.
Our agent number 1 succeeded in infiltrating the staff. Imponderables accepted, we are therefore able to release a Type E net informational profit. I mean, huge. Ahem. In concrete terms, our extraordinary number 1 is in a situation to obtain any valuable information of.
The decree takes effect as of today.
Okay, so we got rid of some of the illegal immigrants. All we managed to get was 6 people. Alright, so our Secret Service, Let's... Alright, so how much is it going to cost to increase training? 1.7 million. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, so we're past the first quarter. And we have 9.4 billion in our treasury reserve. So we're going to pay off our own national debt. And we're going to pay off the highest. We paid the US off, so that's one less headache we have to deal with. The others... Alright, we'll pay India off because of that high interest rate. So that's done. And we'll pay off the UK. Because that interest rate is high also. So we just have 914 million left to play around with up until the next quarter. Alright, so let's go to housing. Can we build anything? Let's try to improve 1,000 homes.
Our services report a new conspiracy theory that is beginning to take hold on.
Alright, let's try to address that. Get rid of that campaign. Alright, so monthly allowances. Alright, let's do this. Let's do it as a reform. Housing Assistance Act. So that should help with the poverty level. And in the meantime, we need to improve our food supply. Alright, maize. Okay, we produce enough for that. What about milk? Do we produce enough? No, we don't. So let's do 1 million for that.
Here is our growth forecast for the end of the year based on calculations that we made last month. This is an excellent figure. Our economy is flourishing, our production increases.
6.67% growth. I'm not going to push electric cars. Alright, let's check debt. Want to patent it to render more. Alright, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Let's pump some air. Okay, so we have that process now.
Your commitment.
Okay, seniors affected by poverty. Alright, so let's see what we can do for the seniors. Alright, so what if we do 20? No, definitely not that much. So 25. What
We
about
have strong suspicions that this organization is preparing to carry out an attack in the next few hours.
Okay, so let's deal with that immediately.
Decrees relating to this reform are effective starting today.
Alright, so the Housing Act got passed. Well, pretty much everything's going to get passed since it's a dictatorship. Alright, let's go to... Alright, terrorist group. Ordered explosive devices. Alright, so he's going to be arrested.
We've proceeded to discreet.
Alright, let's check. Alright, so we're taking out a loan of 23 million. So research. Alright, let's go to education again. Let's bump up agricultural training. That's going to cost us 3.2 million. Let's look at the population to see how the... Alright, so with our Housing Act, we got rid of the bulk of our poverty. And that wasn't even spending that much. It was giving $75 to each household for housing, and that dropped from living below the poverty line from 31% down to just under 0.5%.
In light of recent events, we'll proceed to cross-check all our intelligence and quickly update the file. Some suspects will be removed.
Alright, so I think I'm going to end this episode. So thank you for the support for this new series. Let me know what you think. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to help with the channel. And I will see you soon.